When you are passionate with what you do, it's not work, it is your core being. I get really excited when I meet the client.
Good for you, because some people, they don't. They're
No,
like,
I love it.
so many requests, it's residential.
Yes. And then when they say, I'm going to bring in my wife, then we know, oh, it's a serious thing.
Okay.
When you bring in your wife, it's something serious. Because
you can't construct a house with just designers. You have to have all of these people working together simultaneously.
It's not just about skills. You can be the most talented, but if you have very crappy personality, it doesn't work for us. When I was diagnosed, it was stage 3C. And then I was told by the doctors, you have 3 months to live.
Oh my goodness.
What do you do? Why I'm sharing this is because
your story is one of love.
Well, hello and welcome. Today we're diving into the heart of ZAD Studio, a Dubai-based design firm whose philosophy is deeply rooted in the Filipino spirit. We'll be talking with Clarissa Sorigao, co-founder and principal interior designer, about how a relational approach built on kapwa and bayanihan can define not just a company, but a new era of leadership on the global stage. Her work is a testament to the belief that every project is a labor of the heart, and we'll explore how this ethos shaped everything she does. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hi everyone. Thank you for having me.
How are you
Thank
today?
I'm a little bit nervous. It's my first podcast, first interview ever after like 20 years in the business. Like it's
20 years in the
20
business.
plus, yeah.
And you're the principal of ZAD Studio.
ZAD Studio, yes.
Talk to us about how that began.
Okay, before I talk about ZAD, I wanted to just give an insight of how I came to Dubai.
All right,
Because
sure.
it's a funny story.
Okay.
It was 2004. I was under Dan Chauco. I think you would know him.
Oh yeah,
It's your
he was
thesis.
my professor.
He's your thesis professor. So after Mañosa, I moved to Dan Chauco for almost a year. It was 2004, I think.
Yes.
And then a good friend of mine, Jason Buensarido,
Yes.
he told me, come, there's an American company who's conducting interviews. It's an American company from Dubai. So I said, okay. I'm not quite sure if it was a hotel in Makati. I'm not sure if it was Manila Pen or, but it was one of the hotels. And then he dragged me there. And we went there, and then I saw Dr. Naga. It was Naga Architects, actually.
Yes.
And he was so surprised that I was there. Because apparently, he was interviewing architects. They don't have an interior design department in Naga at that time. So he was shocked, I was shocked. But then I was there.
Yes.
So eventually, he took me in, actually, and Jason started his own practice in the Philippines, and I went to Dubai. So that's how I came to Dubai.
Oh.
What do you think made you stand out during those interviews?
I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure. But I had a very, very nice conversation with Dr. Nag. He's a very charming guy. He's
Right.
very charming. So I guess he saw the potential that maybe it's a good start to enter into interior design. They don't have an interior design department at that time. It was merely architecture.
Right.
So maybe I guess that was what he was thinking when he met me.
Well, is it challenging working as an interior designer? Is it challenging working with architects? So how do you find the work?
It's challenging if a certain architect is not open. Like if he is like with Yazid and I, he's an architect, but he's very open to my ideas. He respects how I see architecture, even though I don't have any background in architecture. And I think it goes the same way as I respect his views in interior design. Like I always come to him, like I say, I want something like this. This is the space that I want to do. So I think it
The
goes both
synergy,
ways.
yeah,
Yes,
the
yes. I
synergy
think it's
works for
very
you.
important to have a synergy with the architect.
Talk to us about the start of
ZAD.
ZAD.
It's a love story, actually. No, just
We
kidding.
love love stories. No, we love
No,
love
Yazid and I
stories.
met in 2005
Right.
in Naga Architects. He was just 3 months ahead of me in Dubai. So we met there. We worked on. I'll cut it short a little bit. We worked on a project. It was a palace in Morocco by Sheikh Hamdan. So we used to work. It was very difficult to work with him because he's a different way of working,
Yeah.
and I had a different way of working. But somehow there was synergy, of
Yeah.
course.
Right. Yeah.
So that's when we met. And then after the Naga Architects, we decided to leave together. We went actually from practice to practice. We went to Burt Hill, we went to GAD, we went to DBLB, always together. I think we love working with each other so much that we got married.
Kinikilig ako.
Oh, that's so nice.
So we got married and moved to practice.
Yeah.
To practice after practice. And I think 2014? 2014, he decided that it was time to leave the corporate world.
Right.
So naturally, I went with him to support him. So that's when ZAD Studio started.
I don't wanna delve into the specifics of it, but like what were the factors that like influenced your decision to shift from one company to another? Just briefly.
It wasn't brief, actually. It was every 3 years. Actually, I learned this from Dan Lechauco. He always tells me that you have to say 3 years and then move. 3 years and then move.
I've
this
heard about this
resonated
as well,
with me, actually. That was just it. But I don't think it was planned at all. But I guess we both see the possibilities or of the different companies that we go. Because not sabay. It's like sometimes it's me, and then he would join. Or sometimes it's just him, and then I would join.
Like it's automatic to
it
you.
was just
okay.
automatic. I
Wow.
didn't. Yeah, it was like that. I
That's
was
so
like that.
interesting.
But I was wondering, so you were doing architecture before, or you already
No.
did
I'm interior designer. I'm purely interior
Interior
designer.
Design, yeah.
Yes. Right
yeah.
after graduation, I joined Francisco Mañosa and Partners
Yeah, how was that like?
As
Tell us
interior
about that.
designer.
Yeah.
as an interior designer. It's amazing.
Okay.
Architect Mañosa is brilliant. He's brilliant.
Really?
He's a visionary, and it's different when you're around him. He has a certain energy, and that's apart from his advocacy for Philippine vernacular architecture. So
What- do you have any projects in mind or like lessons that you learned from him?
But first, I wanted to actually say that since I'm an interior designer, I'm
Yeah.
actually mentored by his partner, which is Mrs. Chelo Hofelenia. Chelo is, I think, one of the pioneers in interior design, along with the Almario sisters. I'm not quite sure because our age gap is quite far, so you might not know about them, but they're the first batch of interior designers, licensed interior designers in the country as well. So I learned a lot from her, and it shaped me as a designer. And until now, I use these principles with how I work. Like sometimes I would face a problem and I would think, how would Cello solve this one? Up until now.
Working from Mañosa, and then Miss Cello, and then here in Dubai, Mañosa is known for like Filipino architecture.
Yes.
How was that transition
yes.
like? I'm just curious.
Because
Very
I
indigenous
worked...
materials.
Yeah,
Here
and
it's
just
like
materials.
very
Yes,
Yeah.
because for
About that,
him,
yeah.
architecture should be Filipino by design. This is his ethos.
Yeah.
So we mostly worked on high-end residential projects, so it's very personal. But then, as I've said, I worked with Dan Lechauco for a year,
Yeah.
who used to be his partner as well. And then he moved into Archeon. So I worked with him for a year, so I was exposed to maybe healthcare. I was exposed to other things. And since it was a surprise to come to Dubai, the transition was a little bit hard. But again, I have to touch base. When I came to Naga, in Archeon, I was actually heading the interior design department. In Naga, I was the assistant draftsman for an architect who does a little bit of interior design. So it was like, oh my God, is this
Like regression?
Is this like a
or-
regression? Yes. Like,
Yeah.
what am I doing here? Do I go? Do I not go? Do I continue? But I think it was a challenge. Like I said, if you you just have to do what you do best,
Yes.
and
give it all,
eventually,
yeah.
I think my work got noticed. So, architect, Dr. Naga started to build the interior design, the interior design department around it. So as a transition, but from residential complex, I came to Naga, and they're also specializing in residential. So it was not a very, very difficult transition at first. What was difficult is from Naga to Burt Hill, because Burt Hill was into mixed-use developments, like big projects, ICD, Mafraq Hospital, so these kind of levels of projects. But again, and we have to do what we have to do. So you accept the challenge, and then you move forward, and you learn as well. So that's about it for me.
But what would you say are the challenges coming to the UAE and starting the interior design department? What type of challenges did you have? What did you face? And how did you overcome that as well?
You know, because when you're in big companies, you are always just, you get stuck in one thing. Like if they see you're good in concepts, you'll be just in concepts. Like for me, I was in concept and schematic stage. Yes. But in Mañosa, we used to do everything from scratch till it finished. So I think that was the drive as well for Yazid and I to step back and build ZAD. Because at ZAD, we are actually specializing in residential projects.
Right.
So this is what we really do best.
Yes.
It is not easy, but I love it. I love residential houses. It's not, I mean, financially, it's not like other hotels. If you do hotels, if you do offices, it's different.
Yeah.
But I love doing
What
residential.
do you love about it?
I love it because it's the psychology of it all.
Talk to us about that.
For me, I get really excited when I meet the client.
Good for you, because some people, they don't. They're
No,
like,
I love it.
so many requests, it's residential.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I love it because every client is different.
Right.
And I learn from them. It's just like stories. It starts to unfold. And then layers keep peeling. As the more you talk to them, the more that you know things about them. And I like it because, for example, we have clients that are their requirements are in Vastu. I've never done Vastu before.
Right.
And then there are clients whose houses are made around their cats. So it's really interesting for me. It's very interesting. And
It's
the personal, because you talk to the client themselves. It's not like when you have a big, you're in a corporate world, you have to talk to representatives, you have to talk to the operators.
Right.
But here you have a very, very personal, which is connection
With the client.
with the client.
Well, speaking of the client, how do you and your team balance your wants and the client's needs?
For me, I think is because our projects are very, very client-driven.
Okay.
So they come to the office knowing that what they want, we are able to achieve. But of course, there's always a line. Like they will come in the office liking a lot of things. But then you, as a designer, should be able to guide them. And because sometimes they have things that they know, but then at the end, I didn't know about that. I need this one.
Yeah.
So you have to touch base on these things. I think based on the experiences I've had with other clients and based on my own experience as well. So it's like you impart knowledge with each other, so it becomes very dynamic as a team.
That's true. And there are many instances wherein the client doesn't necessarily know what they want. And
it happens. It happens. It happens. Like in our studio, we are working on contemporary design. We don't do classical. It's not that we don't want to, but because we're not experts about classical. I don't want to do moldings. I don't want to do these kinds of drawings because I don't know how to put them together. It's not my expertise.
Right.
But I want to be relevant. So we're into contemporary design. So sometimes client would come here, I want Mediterranean. I want pitch roofed. But at the end, after this conversation that would have, at the end it's more like brainwashing them that, okay, no. It has to be a contemporary design. It has to be rooted.
Yeah.
Because now our clients as well are changing. They don't come to the office wanting something ultra luxurious.
Right.
They're not into Western philosophies anymore.
Yeah.
They are, I think, they get inspired, I think, with us as well because we want to always have pragmatic approach to design, and then that we want it to be rooted. We want them to be proud of their culture, their heritage. It's not like I'm going to build wind towers, no, but at least I am able to do something about it, in a contemporary way, and they appreciate it. So most of our clients right now that come to us know that we're able to design something for them, especially for them, and that it's rooted to their culture as well. That it can't be built in Spain, it can't be built in the Philippines. It can only be built
here
in the Emirates.
with a specific context that we have here.
Yes.
How do you this is something that popped in my head as she was speaking, because she said that clients would come to them sometimes not knowing what they want, but there would be instances, I would assume, that clients would approach you and tell you, we want something like this, and shows you pictures from Pinterest or something. So how do you...
To be honest, it used to happen during the first years of our practice.
Right.
But I think through word of mouth, they know that when they come, they know what they're getting. It's just like going to a shop of Chanel. You're not gonna ask for a Louis Vuitton, for example.
Yes.
So it's this is how I see it now.
Style.
Yeah. They established your brand and your style.
Yes, this is what I believe. So they don't come in with pictures because, first of all, we don't like to look at pictures because our approach is very different. It has to be through them. It's the house is. I mean, you have to get the soul of the house through them. So you can't, that's why sometimes when we invite clients and we show them our portfolio, we understand that some clients will not be able to relate to this house. Like type A client will not be able to relate to type B because it wasn't made for them.
Yes.
So they will not be able to relate why this living room is close to your kitchen. So it's like that.
Speaking of clients, I wanted to touch base on your client base. Would you say you have more women coming to you or like husbands?
No.
Interesting.
Usually, husbands come first.
Husbands
come first. I think it's like testing the waters.
Yes.
This is how I see it. So husbands come first. They would do extensive interview. They will do show our portfolio. And then when they say, I'm going to bring in my wife, then we know, it's a serious thing.
Okay.
When you bring in your wife, it's something serious because it's the dynamic of it all. Like, for me, like I in residential, I am very big in empathy. Like, I am a mom, I am an employee, I am a nanny, you do all of these things.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's say when Yazid designs something extraordinary, you see open courtyard, nice screens. My mind is like, how am I gonna clean this? So it's always like this, and then that's I think what the wives appreciate, this balance that they have, that they see between Yazid and I.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
when you take on these projects, like with the husband and the wife, and they are conflicting with each other, do you oftentimes find yourself in the middle going like, how would I balance the dynamics between the wants of different of these people who love each other but have different views on like how they want the space or how they want the house or what materials they want to use?
It's very interesting.
How do you deal with that? How does your team deal with that as well?
Well, it's very interesting because we had this incident that they're both conflicting.
Yeah.
But as I've said, when you meet them, stories start to unfold and you see concepts. So our concept for that particular client was actually dualism.
Interesting.
Yeah. So how two things, very opposite things, when combined, works well.
Yes.
So this is what actually the concept that we've had with this particular client.
And how was it received by them?
I guess they were surprised as well. They didn't know that it's like it was something interesting, I guess. And this house is already under construction. So I think it'll be finished in a few months.
What do you think is the distinct characteristic of residential projects in comparison to healthcare or like education,
hospitality?
And what's the lesson that you've learned from residential that can be applied to all these different?
First of all, I think hospitality, healthcare, the complexity is different.
Right.
The typology is different. However, healthcare or education and even residences, there's one common thing. It's really you design for the people. That's the common denominator of everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you design spaces for the people. So it doesn't matter whether it's a healthcare. You think about how a patient would come, how he will feel with the spaces.
Right.
So I think that's for me the common factor for
Definitely like the end user, pretty
it's
much.
always the end user. So regardless how much you tackle, the process is the same. Like how are you able to provide spaces for them?
Now, speaking about the process, how would you describe your leadership in ZAD Studio
My leadership.
and your mentorship as well?
For me, I don't do micromanaging. I'm not sure if it's a personality thing or is because of the how our office works. But I always have, I guess, trust and accountability. And I need someone that actually listens. It's like you are guiding, but still sometimes stepping back. Because I think that's how I was mentored as well. I was mentored during Mañosa time for 6 years. I learned by observations. And I wasn't asked, I wasn't told what to do. It just came out naturally by observing,
That's
by
beautiful.
thinking. And then eventually I was able to make it. And then if you have some issues, and then if you have, sometimes you can't avoid problems, you are forced to do solutions to it. And then that's where you learn, I think. That's where maturity comes in. Eventually, you learn how to solve things.
I like the question that Monica asked because it highlights the importance of getting the right people for your team. How do you know if someone is fit for your team? Rather,
and
is
as
a
well,
question.
are you inclined to just more women or more men?
That's a good question, actually. At first, it wasn't easy. It took us years and years and years until Yazid and I finally know what kind of people we want. First, I believe it's not just about skills, especially for our studio, because we're very small.
Okay.
Personality is very important to us.
Right.
Like how he deals with
Vibe
stress.
check.
The vibe, it's important. I think vibe check is very important.
Yeah.
It's not just about skills. You can be the most talented, but if you have very crappy personality, it doesn't work for us.
Yeah.
Because we're very small.
You have a very impressive CV.
Yes.
But I would imagine that it's not all the time. It reflects on your personality or the way that you handle with people. So what do you think is the most desirable trait when hiring employees, especially in our field, in the field of design and architecture?
For me, someone who wants to keep learning is very important. Like if someone comes to the office saying I am expert in this one, is a red flag. But someone who wants to learn from me and I learn from him is something that I look for. I don't choose when I do selections for candidates as well. It's not about having a senior or not having a junior. It's really overall, and also how he or she thinks. In terms of nationality, I don't have a preference. I've tried Filipinos, I've tried Indians, I've tried Arabs. I don't see any difference. It's really the core being of that particular person.
How do you balance the weight, I would say, of being able to mentor these people? Do you I know that you don't have preference for nationality, but in terms of age, do you have preference or?
Well, to be honest, I love working with the young ones because they have skills that I don't have.
Right.
Especially with concept presentations or
any AI.
AI.
We don't use AI much, but in terms of skills, in terms of graphics, in terms of the way they research, so resourceful because they know how to use the internet per se.
Exactly.
I started without CAD, so can you imagine? But I guess when I see the young ones, because also you can see their the enthusiasm, and it always reminds me of how I used to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then because it reminds me of that, it gives me this how do I say it? I want to nurture her or him more. I want to cultivate this person the way I was cultivated as well.
Is there a skill you think that is necessary, or I would say it's I would pick someone who knows this skill over someone who doesn't. Like, do you have like those kinds of qualifications that you have in mind? Or right now, do you prefer someone who knows AI and uses it in work?
I think AI will be something in the future, but without emotions, I think it's not something that is successful as of the moment. So for me, as a skill, as I've mentioned, I need just someone that is willing to learn and willing to contribute to the studio as well. Like, it's a give and take for me. We have to know how to collaborate as well.
Yes.
So this is what I'm looking for as a candidate, someone that I can collaborate with.
Right. I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask because Ms. Monica, you also are a principal of your own studio. I just wanted to ask if you resonate with that as well.
Absolutely. Actually, my next question is, we're both women, and I
Yes.
wanted to talk about women empowerment.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you, how do you deal with being in a room full of men, and they're all in construction, in the UAE,
Yeah.
being Asian and Filipino,
Yes.
and a woman?
It was hard at first, I have to admit. Especially, this is a very male-dominated industry. It was very hard at first. But then I guess because you build trust, they see your experience, they see your credibility, and then eventually respect follows.
Yes.
So it's not a problem for me anymore. And for me, I'm bringing, as a woman, on the plate, something else. Like I've mentioned, I bring empathy. I bring intuition. Women's intuition, especially in my kind of work, is very important. So when they see this, okay, you're part of the team is almost like that.
Okay.
I love that. Now, we move on to the segment of our program when we ask the internet questions they want to ask designers such as
Okay.
yourself.
Okay.
So these are from Reddit, from Quora, from all
Yes.
over the place. And these are, since you do residential,
Yes.
we are going to ask you more on the
Random
home
questions.
and apartment questions.
I hope I answer them.
You
very
will.
well.
You will. As an expert in the field for like being here for how many years? So do you want to start off, Monica?
Sure. There is one here from the audience. My kitchen is tiny and always cluttered. What's the best way to add storage without making it uglier?
I'm very big in organization, by the way. I am like OCD in when I do design. I think for a small kitchen, even if it's small, as long as it's organized, I think that's the trick of it. As long as a kitchen is very organized.
Right.
Like, we have to learn how to let go, first and foremost, of things. I think it's a problem to...
We have to apply this Marie Kondo.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Does it spark joy?
Yes.
Or does it
Does
not?
it spark joy? Do I need it? Do I not need it?
Yes.
Because sometimes you buy things and then you don't need them actually. But for a smaller kitchen, of course, storages, it's obviously you need storages. But I think it's also sometimes, it depends on where it's located.
But would you say your designs are more closed and covered, or you have...
I know it will depend on the client.
Organized. Okay.
It always depends on the client. Where some clients, they want it all open. But for me, why I don't like it open? It's nice to look at, especially wardrobes. But the
Yes,
cleaning
yes.
part of it, how are you going to clean this?
Exactly. I feel
But
the same.
some clients would want something open. Why? Because
Especially
I
these
want
big
to see if
houses.
they're clean or not. I want to see if the staff is cleaning them. So it really depends on the preference of the clients. That's why for me it's very interesting. They're not all the same. So you can't usually copy paste, okay, I've designed this kitchen already 2 times and then I can just give it to her and then modify. It doesn't work that way for us at least.
Yeah. And I have to agree, like, especially when designing kitchens, it's supposed to be like the maintenance part of it is really a big factor, if not the most important factor.
Yes.
Yeah.
One question we have here is, I just moved into a rental. I can't paint the walls. Any tips for making the space feel more at home, feel more like it's mine?
Well, you can always go wallpaper. You can always have accessories too, because I know it's very difficult. You mean it's a rental and you have to move and then you have to change. I don't even do wallpapers in my rentals.
Right.
But I put my touches. I put
Yes.
my accessories. I put my colors. I put to feel that is mine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it depends on the personality, actually. It's not about, like, even when you do residential houses, it's not about putting marbles that makes it luxurious. It's about the space itself that you create.
Right.
Right now, especially with the clients that we have, it's not just about, they know what luxury means. It's
Yeah.
not about materials. I mean, for sure you know about this as well. It's
Would you
really
say-
about the spaces.
Do you have a favorite project that you have right now that you're ecstatic about
Yeah.
and excited?
To be honest, I'm always excited with all our projects because they're very different. But there is one project that I think will only come once in a lifetime. And this is a project of ours in Lebanon. It's in Batroun. And it was the last plot in that town. It's facing the Phoenician Wall.
Oh,
So it was bought
wow.
by the client. We were not yet involved in this project.
Wow.
But when they had a design for this project, and then they wanted to start foundation. And then they discovered there are ruins under it. 3 ruins. It was the Phoenician, the Ottoman, and I forgot one. I forgot,
historical.
yes.
Ruins, like houses?
Ruins.
Like underneath.
Underneath, yeah.
And the amazing part of it is that it was actually the gate to Batroun.
Oh, wow.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
That's why
Like how
we
to preserve that. you know?
Yes, and that's why we were brought in. And then Yazid decided, because it's architecture interior. So Yazid decided, so you can't touch the ruins. It's owned by the government.
Okay.
Okay.
Now it
Right.
became an ownership of the government because of the ruins. So it's really complicated.
Yes.
But so what we did is that Yazid created the architecture in between 2 sheer walls. So the house is actually floating under the ruins.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
It was beautiful. And I don't think we will ever get this kind of project. So it was even a finalist in World Architecture Festival 2-3 years ago. So
Yeah.
it's a very interesting project. And it's already in construction as well.
Beautiful. Another question we have from the internet is, what's one simple change I can do right now that would have the biggest impact on my apartment? Or like, what's like,
It depends on what kind of change. Like, for me, I have... 'cause sometimes a simple movement, like you just move your, let's say, your L-shaped sofa towards the wall and then move this here and that. It makes so much difference. Because it's really how you feel at that moment. Like, I don't have a specific way, but I change things, I move things around.
yeah.
It depends on maybe, I guess, comfort as well. Like, it has a lot of factors. I don't have a particular or a specific answer to that question. But I think moving things around helps.
Moves the chair around as well.
Yeah, it just moves things.
Yeah.
It makes so much difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought of something, like when I scroll on TikTok, do you know the Dear Modern, the page Dear Modern?
No. I actually deleted my
TikTok.
social media accounts for the past few months.
Did
I
you?
wanted to have a social media detox. I just want to test it.
Yes.
Yeah, because sometimes
Very important, yeah.
you spend
Every now and
hours
then.
and hours in Instagram and in social medias, and I said, oh my God, what am I doing? So I said, okay, I will just delete it for a while. It's been a month. So
That's impressive.
It's good. It's good. It's
Instagram
good.
and Facebook and
Everything.
And
Everything.
even
Except maybe LinkedIn. But everything else is removed from
Okay.
my...
But not
I was
Pinterest.
inspired by
Yeah, not
Yazid.
Pinterest, not Pinterest.
I was... No, not Pinterest. I mean, we were talking about trends. Like, for Pinterest is a very good platform to see what is trendy. Although I am not into trends. I think it's very fleeting.
yes.
But you have to be relevant.
Mm.
You still have to be relevant, and you still have to respond to the context of it all. So, I mean, it's a tool.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against it.
And it's I like what you said, that you have to be relevant, because right now there are many like influencers out there,
Yes.
like showing interior design.
Yeah, anybody can be an interior designer.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Would you say they are interior decorators
Yes.
more than interior
Yes.
designers? Or
I think so. It is more of interior decorator.
decorating?
Because
ca-
interior
yeah,
design
yeah.
is a whole new, is a very different ballgame. It's not about putting pretty accessories. They think it is. I think that's what they think as an interior designer. That's what they think, that you put a chair. Like someone would come to me and say, I want interior design. Okay, what do you need? I want to buy chairs. So, but it's not interior design. So there's still a misconception of what interior design really is.
But speaking of misconception, what's the biggest misconception people have about interior designers?
I guess that's it, that we are just adding things.
Yeah.
We are actually creating spaces. We are creating the spaces along with the architects.
Right.
We are giving, I think, rationalization about design. Like as I've mentioned, you can do beautiful screens, but how are you going to clean it? How are you going to open it? How do you have ventilation in the bathrooms? These things come into your plate.
True.
And the people who live in this house, they'll always be reminded of you. Like,
Yes.
my water is splashing. It's not good design. My shower is like this. It's not a good design. So it's really a very, very deep subject.
You mentioned something about the water splashing and all of this.
Yeah.
Your coordination process with other trades, how has it evolved? How has it started? Because I know for a fact that this can be challenging in some cases.
It's challenging, but because I'm very big in collaboration, so it's not a problem for me. Like if I know that this is your expertise, I would listen to you. You listen to me, and I would listen to you.
Right.
So for me, this is a very collective kind of work.
I love that.
Like even with workers, we treat them the same way as how we treat a big contractor to the workers. We don't see any difference.
I think also that's very much on how Filipinos are, and I love that you mentioned that. The beauty about the Filipinos in our industry is that they can calibrate. They can talk to the mason worker or the carpenter, and at the same time, within 5 minutes, you're talking to the owner.
Yes.
And
I
it is just
completely agree.
incredible. So this is like
that is
Filipino
true. I mean,
trait.
it is a very nice trait as well, because I think we do have this kind of respect towards everyone. It doesn't matter where he is.
And very collaborative in nature, we said earlier, the bayanihan culture of it,
Yes, that is true.
Yeah,
That is true.
being able to help each other, and especially in our field where, you can't construct a house with just designers. You have to have all of these people working together simultaneously in parallel. So
That's true, because while I was in Gacho, it was a very nice story that until now I will not forget, because I was leading the. It was a hotel. It was it was Lucille Hotel, and then I was alone, and then I have just 2-3 members of the team, and then we had a tight deadline. It was 1 week.
Oh, okay.
But then what happened was, all my team members, they're not working on this project, but they decided to stay after work to help me finish this project. So we finished this project in 1 week with all the Filipinos in the interior design department. And this is without pay, and they just did it for me.
The dedication of it, the commitment.
Yeah, because I think it's the support that you have with each other. With each other, because I would always help them. Even if I am a designer, I don't see myself, okay, I'm a designer, you're a draftsman, then come on, please. It's not like that. It's not like that. We see each other in the same level. We contribute. It's a contribution, as I've said, it's a collective work.
The Filipinos, you mentioned they're all Filipino. That's very supportive of them.
They're very supportive. And I think if you gain their respect, then you'll have their full support.
What do you hope will be the impact of your brand of leadership, or the synergy that you have with Filipinos to other companies out there, especially in the UAE, in the Philippines? What's the impact that you hope that this can
For me, I think, as I've said, my leadership style is not about controlling. I do want to contribute. I do want to cultivate people. And I do want to mentor people that can actually leave the studio and do it on their own. I think if you build this kind of mentorship, then you're quite successful in what you do, because they start to have this confidence. Oh, I can do what she does now, and it's like, for me, it's something like a success to me. Like, okay, this is what I think. I don't know if I've answered your question, but
No, no,
But
yeah,
this is the
yeah.
kind of, like, it's not just about projects. It's not about build projects. But I will not go on forever. At some point I will retire. But someone has to continue the kind of principles that I have imparted.
And I
Right.
like that you mentioned
So-
that. This is where we go back to. It's lines to legacies. What legacy do you leave
Do you want to?
behind?
Yes.
And that's beautiful. Would you like to share more about what, advice you'd like to share to the people, or like even the students learning now, or the people in the industry? What would you like to share with them? What lessons?
Lessons. Actually,
Advice.
I wanted to share something. Is there something very personal? And I've always, like Yazid always wanted me to share this in a certain platform. I didn't have any confidence, or I didn't have like maybe a chance.
Right.
I was diagnosed with cancer 2015.
Oh.
That was 4 months in of ZAD.
Oh.
We were in our 4th month when I was diagnosed. It was stage 3C. And then I was told by the doctors, you have 3 months to live.
Oh my goodness.
What do you do? Why I'm sharing this is because the resilience is very important. No matter where you are, no matter what kind of struggles that you like, you can't just give up. You have, like, we were doing chemo and working the next day.
Oh my goodness.
It's not because, as I've said, because ZAD came to a place of passion and vision. It didn't come to a place of business. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
It is very, very crucial for I think for any human beings to pursue their passion. I think it's the way to live. Like now, having reached my age, I think it's very important. I am one of the lucky ones that was able to pursue my passion. Not everybody. Like, for example, for some, as Kern mentioned, like wanting to be engineer and then ending up as an architect.
Right.
You see, like, when you are passionate with what you do, it's not work. It is your core being, and no matter what kind of struggles you have, you continue. You'll continue. You'll not give up. You'll not stop.
Yes.
So for me, it happens. It's not perfect.
Yeah.
Life is not perfect, but I think you have to move on. You have to always move forward, and you always have to just push.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I know that was
Yes.
a bit
But
challenging.
why I wanted to share is
Yeah.
because I think it's very important for people to know that it's not a hindrance. It's not the end of the world as well. You can still, you don't know the future.
Right.
Nobody can tell. So it's very important to survive. It's, you have to survive no matter what. Because some people I see sometimes, like maybe the younger generations, that they want to give up easily. Like, oh, this is so hard. It's so hot. I can't see these things. But it's not. Life is not like that. It's a constant struggle.
What I love most about like the conversation that we had is one thing that really resonated for me early on is like how you explained that the story of ZAD Studio was a story of love.
And
It
passion.
was.
yeah.
It
No,
was
it
and
was,
passion.
It was.
And even as you share like the struggles and the challenges that you faced, this I feel is very apparent and evident even in your work. The fact that you choose to be in residential, in making homes, making sure that the connection you have with people remains true and apparent. In your work as a principal in your company, the connection that you made, that you have with your subordinates and even the other disciplines, it's amazing how your story is one of love and connection.
And that is true.
And
Thank
I
you.
hope that that's something that we have imparted, that you have surely imparted to our audience.
I hope that it inspired people also to pursue your dreams. Like, as Filipinos, I think we're very talented.
Exactly.
We are very adaptable, and we can almost do anything. But we need to be confident.
Yeah.
We need to be assertive. We need to know our value. What we put on the plate.
Right.
And then be leaders, and then take on like major roles and bigger roles in this region.
Yeah.
This is what I want to impart.
So the leadership and love,
Yeah.
that is your legacy.
Yes, I hope so.
Miss Clarissa Sorigao, thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
being
much
on
for
the
having
show.
me. I did enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so
That's
much,
wonderful.
everyone. Yeah.
Thank you.
Lines to Legacies is a production by the United Architects of the Philippines Dubai chapter. It's directed by me, Alexis Reyes. Edited by Marvin Berses and Surzan James Gulay. Research and writing by Katrina May Lim and Marivic Matellano. Hosted by Alexis Reyes, Irene Domingo, and Monica Marebi. Special hosts are Patrick Soriano and Carmina Austin Mamangun. Guest coordination by Van Adrian Latigay. Social media managing by Norlene Clarice Felizario, Edna Marie Optinalia, and Ran Dudang. Production design by Onofre Giao and Junilin Gallo. Operations is by Chris Garcia. Introduction is by Camila Latigay. And the podcast beat was produced by Patrick Soriano. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Lines to Legacies. See you next time on another episode of Lines to Legacies, a production by the United Architects of the Philippines Dubai chapter.